I need somebody to give me the fucking tutorial on how to be a woman that a man feels comfortable approaching.
Okay, how to get a man to approach you.
One of your issues is when you go out, men don't approach you.
Here are a few reasons why successful women struggle finding love. I used to be one of them, I know. Number one, we're always...
How come when I go out, these men don't approach me anymore?
I went out tonight and not a single soul saw my outfit that was relevant, so I thought somebody on the internet could at least see it.
How to get a man to approach.
Okay, how do we get men to approach us? I don't like approaching men. I want my man to approach me. I want you to see me in the crowd and think I'm the hottest fucking thing and come up to me and only me.
The only thing I smell is desperation. Hold the line.
You guys like it when guys approach you on the street?
Depends on the guy.
Depends on if they have confidence or not.
His approach, body language.
Yeah, you gotta do it in like a friendly way. It can't be like aggressive, you know?
Tone.
Good walk, eye contact.
What's a good tone? Is it like a slow tone? Is it like a...
Not too fast, not too slow. You know,
Okay.
you did a good job on how you approached us.
Okay.
You've got a nice voice, you know? You approach us very friendly, you know?
Yeah.
All right, thank you. Are there any tips you'd give guys to do it more effectively?
Well, I mean, Jay-Z is with Beyonce, so shoot your shot.
I was gonna say just own it. Just own it and go for it.
Yeah, don't be afraid of rejection. Just go for it.
Okay, right on. We created a community in which we help guys develop those skills, become calibrated, become respectful. Is that something you guys would recommend for guys in Toronto?
Definitely.
Definitely more guys need that.
The bottom line is that if she finds you attractive, she will be interested. If she doesn't, you will be a creep she will probably call the cops on.
Men are dumb, and you can get them to do anything you want by using the following manipulation tactics. If he tells you he's not looking for anything serious with you, don't go like, oh yeah, no, me neither. Say you do. Just not with him. This will make him feel like he's not good enough for you, and he'll want to be better, and he'll start chasing you. When he asks you about a certain item, like a piece of jewelry or something, giggle about it. Don't give him a straight answer. This will make him think there's more to the story. You can make him feel extra insecure by saying, don't ask questions you don't want the answers to. Find a reason why the two of you cannot happen. Like a stupid one. Oh, we're in the same friend group. It really wouldn't be a good idea. Guaranteed he'll want it more. Let me know if you want a part 2.
Some women really are evil to even think like this. Is it any wonder why so many blokes stay single these days? These are the same people that ask, where have all the good ones gone? Yeah, away from you is where they've gone. Fast forward 2 years. Why am I single? Where are all the men? Why am I alone? Won't work on me. I don't chase. You're either into me or you're not, and if you're not, I just move on. Even the mildest manipulation has me immediately dropping that manipulator and going the other way. If you have to try and manipulate someone, that just means that person isn't for you, and you should just move on. That is just an evil act. Playing those games is just a waste of time. If you notice someone is trying to manipulate you, kick them to the curb. Your life will be even better. You don't need a snake at your neck.
This is how to get a guy to approach you at a bar. This idea came to me because I realized that staring at a guy or making eye contact wasn't enough to make him approach. So me and my friends, shout out to Kayla and Kwanj, we came up with the Great Gatsby method. Okay, we know it well, Leo DeCap. This is what we are emulating. When you're making your eye contact, you do a little cheers. You can then take your drink back. You can keep eye contact, take a little sip. Make it your own. Make the Great Gatsby method your own. And why we like it is because it's more than staring. It's like an action. It's addressing this person directly, but it's not quite as aggressive as like a come here.
Now, I will say this method does work sometimes. The reason why these women are going to such length to learn these tricks is because they don't want to approach guys. They want men to do the chasing, to pursue them until they say yes. Keep in mind if you are pursuing a woman and she says no, just move on. If you keep pursuing, that pursuing turns to chasing. It will only boost her ego even more.
Okay, how do we get men to approach us? I don't like approaching men. I want my man to approach me. I want you to see me in the crowd and think I'm the hottest fucking thing and come up to me and only me. And I know we are all there. But a lot of times when I used to go out to the bars and I would see a guy talk to me and I would reject it, I would see him talk to other girls, it's like, I felt like he was just like room shopping. He was just going to every girl, talking to them like in a confident but also not confident way. And I already read that. That's why I didn't continue the conversation. But all these girls like didn't read that, but I did. And I feel like it's because like if a guy can go up to every girl and like talks to the whole room, it's like, ew, we don't want that guy. That's why I just avoided the bar altogether. Because I feel like if he meets you outside the bar, it's more authentic and it just feels more real, especially because you're not drinking. You're harder to replace. So say that you're out and you're not at the bar and you want him to approach you. Make yourself available to be approached. Because literally, if my head is down, like, are you gonna like tap on my shoulder and be like, hey, can I talk to you? Like that happens in the movies. It's not gonna happen in real life. I don't care how stunning you are. Like, it's rarely gonna happen. So make yourself available to be approached. Look around and get that accidental eye contact going. Or if you're waiting for something, you can like give him a compliment. If you give him a compliment, I would be surprised if he didn't give you his number, ask for your number. Like, I would literally be like dead shocked. Also, if your head is down and like you're not looking like you're like looking around, you don't know, like maybe he thinks that you're not single. You know what I mean? Like, you have to kind of act like you're single. Like, you can smile around and like just look at people. Just try not to have your phone out when you're in public. And to be honest, it's just in a confident way. It's a better look. If your head's in the phone, it's like you just don't look as confident. Confidence is such a key factor when you're dating.
If these videos doesn't prove that men are the prize, then I don't know what does. We got women out here training other women to try and get male attention. And I already know what you're going to say. But some men are taking classes on how to approach a woman. That man is doing that because he has to. If not, he will never be approached in his life. It's different for the sexes.
Message going around the dating community implying that highly educated, well-paid women are less desirable to the average man. And I would challenge that to say that most highly successful women tend to find the average man less desirable, thereby rendering them less desirable to the average man. A friend of mine was in a break room at his job the other day listening to a group of successful women talk about what they look for in a man, and all of them pretty much wanted a man who was doing better than them financially, and ideally a man that was doing better than them in every area of life. It was interesting because when he hears men talk about what they look for in a woman, it has nothing to do with her education, nothing to do with her finances, but everything to do with her character, with her beauty, with her ability and willingness to support him and submit to him. The thing about this conversation that we haven't discussed yet is who you become in attaining your success. If you could get the degrees, if you could get the bag, and you could still find yourself humble enough to support and submit to a man, even if he's not making as much money as you, then you don't fall into this category. But what tends to happen is we get the bag and we change the way we look at these men. No man wants to be looked down upon, period. You got the degrees, you got the bag, now you're trying to get the man, but you're coming into the relationship feeling as though you are better than him, and so why would you submit? That mindset is going to render you less desirable to any man.
The difference is, when a man gets successful, he's happy to share with his spouse and family. A woman all of a sudden sat, I don't need no man. The attitude is less desirable. We love women with money and knowledge. Men look for intangibles in women. Women look for financial security. That woman is correct. Men are not intimidated. These successful women has the worst personalities you can think of. They can't find a man because they bring that boss babe energy into the relationship, thinking it's going to work out the same. And in that relationship, there isn't space for a man to be a man. They also try to control the relationship. And as a result, that man leaves the relationship. A man doesn't stay where he can't be a man.
My mom actually told me something the other day because Sophia and I constantly complain about how we're single, and we are relationship girls.
We love it.
But my mom said you need to start treating dating like it's part of your job, because it's just not going to knock on your door one day.
That's so interesting that she said that, because I have just recently come to this realization that I need to be intentional with dating. Because I think I used to be like, I'm going to be single and love will happen when it happens. Now I'm like, I want a boyfriend, straight up.
Now I do agree with this. If you want something, you have to be willing to put that amount of energy out there to receive it. But what I disagree with is this. One bird commented, but he has to have $1 million in the bank. And the second bird commented, preach, sister, and not $1 less. This makes me wonder if these women are looking to date the man with pure intentions like they claim, or are they dating the money? What exactly are they bringing to the relationship? With that kind of mindset, you already know they only have one thing in mind, and it's not building up with a man. These types of women will only drag you down and drain you.
Reason part two to why women are single, because they have unrealistic expectation. They don't want the working class man. They want the six-figure man. How you want a six-figure man when you don't make six figures? Or they want a man to provide them with luxury that them they self can't afford. They want man to buy them Chanel, Louis Vuitton, Gucci, but then they can't buy it for themselves. They don't even have the money to afford to buy these things, but they expect a man to come and buy it for them. No, my brother kings, don't buy them nothing. Get your passport, go out the country. What make her deserve a Chanel bag? Tell her to go buy it herself. Okay? And a lot of them want good-looking man or a man that's 6 feet and tall, and they look bad. They out of shape. They don't look good. They're unattractive. But they want all this long list for a man to have to come get with them when they can't measure up to those own standards. Fellas, listen to me. If you see these kind of women, run from them. And if you're a working kind of man and a woman is trying to pressure you to do things that you don't, drop her. Drop her immediately. Okay, guys? You don't have to put up with that. Don't date this kind of woman that's gold digger. Let them go dig gold somewhere else. And some of their body already look tired. So I don't know what kind of gold they're going to be digging, fellas. Because they can't provide a lot of that stuff for themselves. Okay, guys?
That is absolutely true. These women come up with the craziest expectations and expect you to meet them. That's why they're forced to approach men today. Most guys have realized being in a relationship is just so expensive and a waste of time. So most of them just decide to stay by themselves. Some of them are even getting their passports to go find a traditional woman.
I went out tonight and not a single soul saw my outfit that was relevant. So I thought somebody on the internet could at least see it. Because I thought it was really cute. So I wore these platform boots with my favorite mid-rise shorts and this like silver metallic top with metallic matching necklace and my new black bomber jacket. Yeah, I mean, I would have talked to me in this outfit, but not a single man or woman approached me. So, I'm home. It's 2 a.m. I'm going to watch Silver Linings Playbook and sit with my cat. Have a good night, everyone.
Translation. I went out tonight to try and get some validation from men, and not a single one of them acknowledged me on what I was wearing, and now I'm seeking attention from the men on the internet. The desperation is crazy. One thing you guys have to understand is that women thrive off of attention, and if you stop giving it to them, it will drive them crazy. That is one of the main reasons is why women go to bars. If not, they would just stay home. I mean, take a look at this woman's only nightclub.
A photo from a recently opened women's only nightclub opened up, and take a look, buddy. Not one bottle in sight. Just a bunch of girls sitting around on their phone, all looking at each other to pay for everything. Cause you know who pays for the fucking bottles? Us. Doesn't make any sense, man. No respect out here. They don't appreciate what we do.
How to get a man to approach you within seconds using only 2 body parts, your eyes and your mouth. You're going to make eye contact with him and hold it for 3 to 5 seconds. Then look away, then look back, and during this time you're smiling. Here's what it looks like.
Creepy.
I need somebody to give me the fucking tutorial on how to be a woman that a man feels comfortable approaching. Like, I am trying to work so hard on my resting face. I don't know how to portray, like, single. Talk to me. Talk to me. I'm single. I've been single for 2 years.
I don't know. I don't know what to do.
It's too late for that.
If you're a single woman and you're trying to find a man, here's my advice. Most single women complain about men. They say, this is why they can't find a man. You can't find a good man anywhere. And they all suck. I tried the apps, I tried bars, etc., etc. Here's the thing. Don't be one of them. Of course, they're not going to find a man. They're shit-talking men all day long. And they're not even trying. They're like, I went to the bar once a month ago, or I went on Tinder once, I swiped a few times, they all looked ugly. That's what they do.
They disrespect men and still expect for men to come up to them. They want the best of both worlds, but things just don't work out like that.
I said that there are so many girls who are hot and successful, but they're still single. I read every dating book under the sun. This is what they said. The first reason they're single is because of something called hypergamy. That means we tend to want to date up, which means women tend to want to date a guy who's got more money and social status than her. This doesn't make women shallow. This is just evolutionary. So as you can imagine, if a woman is already making six figures and super attractive, the chances of her finding a man who's even more career successful and makes more money and has more social status and meets her high standards is going to be extremely slim. The second reason is because most women who are super career driven lead with their masculine energy because it's what's got them career success. Whereas what attracts high value men isn't career success in a woman. It's a woman who's in her feminine.
There's nothing wrong with wanting to be an independent person, but sometimes you just gotta surrender. A lot of women, at least, we want a God-fearing man. Our role as women is to be submitted to our husband. How are you going to be submitted to your man when you're not even submitted to God? If God's telling you to surrender your plans to him and you continuously disobey that, you're just setting yourself up for failure.
So I saw a panel of women essentially trying to make the argument that they're all beautiful, they're all well accomplished, intelligent, successful women, and they're having such a hard time finding men. And they don't understand why. Well, let me clear it up. Men who are in your exact shoes have plenty of women to select from because they're not trying to find their equal. They're trying to find someone who's going to be a good complement to what they've already got going on. You, standing in their shoes of being successful, high income, all these other things, are looking for an equal, which means your choices are going to be a lot slimmer. Not to mention, those men who you seek, you're not looking for any old man. You're looking for a specific man. And what are the odds that that specific man is sitting around waiting for you? Women don't understand this, and I don't understand why. So I'm going to spell it out. You're going to be alone, and you're going to be very unhappy, even with all of your money and all of your success and all of your accolades, because you're not understanding that if you want to be the one who goes out and gets all the stuff that you need in order to thrive in this economy, you're going to end up with a partner who's going to complement you. You're not going to end up with an equal. That's just the facts. And that's something that men understand very well. Why is it so hard for women?
Some women believe they know what we want better than us. They are ignoring what we are saying, and we are ignoring them. I went on a date with a woman who has a fantastic job, and when she found out she made 10K more than me yearly, she looked at me like I was a peasant. Divorce is a 15 billion per year industry. Men foot that bill. A successful woman will want a successful man. But that man has a lot of options, would rather have a young, beautiful cashier. Successful women are becoming the man they want. They fought so hard to get to this position that they are in today, and they are still not satisfied with it. They wanted equality, and they obtained it, but they are not happy. Their hearts are filled with loneliness. But the thing is that there are plenty of men in the world. Those successful women just aren't looking their way. That is the biggest difference between men and women, because a man would.
One is what I like to call the pull away. The second thing we do is bring up our ex. The third one, oh God, I feel bad about this one because I have girlfriends who do it to their men. And I'm sure I've done it to mine, but bringing up the tribunal of friends. Last one, bringing up other men. This is what women do when we want to punish you for not wanting us the way you want us to, or treating us the way you want us to.
Wow, sounds like a great way to lose a good man. These women are on here giving women terrible advice to other women. They never seem to mention communication. How about discussing the problem and see how it can be fixed? Don't ever let a woman manipulate you. Whoever can trigger an emotion, control you, has power over you.
How to communicate that you are not a 50-50 saddy, that you are high maintenance to stay low maintenance, without having to say a single word. You go out on dates, you don't pay. You go shopping with him, you don't pay. You let him make all the reservations and invitations to the dates. You let him invest in you. And the moment he does something you don't like, you pull away. And when he asks, what is wrong? That is when you tell him your expectations. And at that point, you won't have to. He will know. You never have to communicate your standards with using your mouth. You communicate your standards with action. You want him to take initiative and see you more often? Stop texting him. Don't accept calls. And there will be a point where he will ask. And you always tell him, I prefer seeing you and meeting you in person. Think about it like this. You become your standard. You show up for your standard by putting it into practice. So when someone tries to lower your standards, you're gone. You're disconnected. They don't exist. And that will only lead them to one option: leveling up. That is how you attract men that are meant for you. You don't stick around for the what ifs, because you have worked so hard for the life that you have to let someone take up space in your life. Never let them live rent free, because rent has never been free.
A bunch of garbage. This is a single woman giving women advice on how to kill their relationships. Fellas, if she never reciprocate the favors and gestures you need to get rid of her immediately, she's only there to use you. And what benefit do you get from being with a selfish woman like that? It's not helping you moving forwards. It's only keeping you in the same place you were yesterday, with her right beside you. She said, the moment he does something she doesn't like, pull away. This is a woman who's all about me, me, and me. These types of women only see themselves, and everything should go according to how they want it. Ridiculous. The best thing you can do is find a partner who wants to be there for you, not for what you have, and then you can build off that together.
I don't know if it's just me, but as a successful Black woman, I find that a lot of men are intimidated by me. And I don't know if it's because I've accomplished so much in such a short amount of time, but a lot of men will not talk to you because of the accomplishments that you have. And I've been like, I don't really care, honestly. Like, I want an equally yoked partnership. But it's unfortunate that men really be intimidated that you have more emotion than them. And it's not even a competition, you feel me? People see you thriving, like these men see you thriving, and they think it's a competition. Like, I'm not competing with no man. And it's so crazy because I notice the insecurities in a man when I tell them like what I'm doing, what I've accomplished, and they immediately just back off. But that's a good thing. And I don't really care because I'm gonna still do me at the end of the day, but it's crazy.
Here are a few reasons why successful women struggle finding love. I used to be one of them, I know. Number one, we're always looking for the perfect partner, ticking off this massive checklist and having a tunnel vision. Number two, wanting to fix your partner and always take charge. Listen, while this works really well in your career, it can lead to some serious issues in your relationship. Moral of the story, don't bring your business boss back home. And finally, number three, really struggle being vulnerable and opening up your heart, thinking that it takes your power away, so you really try to avoid it.
And I agree 100%. Some of these women, when they make a certain amount of money, especially when they're making more money than their man, they start thinking they wear the pants in the house. They feel like they've gained superpowers. They start getting argumentative and disagreeable, but in the end, they lose a good man.
You know what? Y'all women don't want no good man. No, y'all don't. Y'all want the thugs. Yeah, y'all want the guys that's gonna break y'all heart. Yeah, you do. You keep on talking to the same type of dudes. Yes, you do. Be quiet. You do. You don't want the good guys, the simps. The guys that stay in the house and won't cheat on you. You don't want him. He's too boring, right? He's too lame. He's not attractive. Girl, you better enjoy that peace that comes with that man. That man offers peace that you ain't never had in your entire life. You hear me? You better get with that man because of what he can do for your soul. You better get with that man for what he can do for your soul, not for what he can do. Oh, he look good out here. Oh, he fine. Oh, baby, that don't mean anything. The older you get, you want peace and stability and love. That's it. That's all you should ever want from a man. Stop saying y'all want a good man when you ain't even attracted to what a really good man offers you, okay?
I agree. They probably have met a ton of good men in their lives, but due to their so-called not meeting my delusional standards, they have been discarded. And now as they get older, these women seek the good guys again. It's just a never-ending cycle.
Why are there so many single women out here that are struggling to find a man? Well, I'm going to tell you the reason, but you're not going to like the answer. Now, this may not apply to you, so don't take offense. But if you do, maybe you need to reflect why it makes you offended. Honestly, a lot of women treat men like trash. A lot of women take men for granted. A lot of women want men to take accountability for their actions and what they do. But boy, if you ask a woman to take accountability for her faults and her actions, it's straight to signing divorce papers. But my question is, why are women so resistant to taking accountability? Like really, what is the reason why you won't take accountability for your actions? I know for me personally, because I was this woman for many, many years, like most of my marriage, I realized it's because I thought I had to be perfect and that society judged me based on my level of perfection. And if I dared to take accountability for my faults and actions, then I would be even more demonized. But the reality is, me not taking accountability was making it worse. And I don't think a lot of women understand the fact that we are a lot of the problem. I'm not saying we're the whole problem, but at least on my platform, on this side of things, a lot of men are trying. They're putting in the effort. They're doing the things that they need to do. And women are taking their husbands for granted. They got married because they wanted to be married, not because they wanted to be a wife. So you single ladies struggling to find a man, most men are not even wanting to get married anymore because they've dealt with bad relationship after bad relationship of women taking them for granted and treating them like trash. And honestly, I can't blame them. If you put all the effort in for years and didn't get anything back, you wouldn't tolerate that either. So why are we expecting men to just sit down, shut up, and take it? You would advise every one of your girlfriends, girl, don't take that from him. Why should he take that from you? And honestly, I truly believe that lack of accountability is one of the number one reasons why marriages are failing. We refuse to take ownership of the things that we need to take ownership for. I can promise you, if you take accountability for your actions and work really hard to fix them, your marriage can look completely different. Because y'all, that's where I'm sitting right now. The problem is you just gotta swallow your pride, do what it takes to make a change.
Beautifully said. Like they say, accountability is a woman's kryptonite. Instead of being honest about the problem, they will try to gaslight you and make you look like the bad guy. It's really a shame because lots of divorces end because of it. That kind of behavior is just unfair to the man. Many men are actually just walking away from marriage because it's a waste of time, not only because women refuse to take accountability, but because the risk is just not worth it. Do not be that guy who just put up with whatever a woman does. She will never respect you.
I am so sick of hearing guys say, girls only want assholes. They don't ever want to date the nice guy. This is the biggest misconception in dating. You have to realize these girls have had trauma. They have been with a guy that has verbally or physically abused them. Their relationship has been like a roller coaster, ups and downs. And so they get used to the toxicity. So when a nice guy comes along, they get bored. They're not used to this. They don't want this kind of relationship, a healthy relationship. They want the toxicity because that's all they know. So if you hear a girl say, oh, I don't want to be with the nice guy, I like the asshole or blah, 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 think to yourself, well, this is probably not a girl you want to be in a relationship with because she has a lot of trauma. Now, don't get me wrong. There is a difference between being a simp and a nice guy. But if you are genuinely a nice person and some girl is like, oh, I don't want to be with him because of that, her loss, not a high value girl, move on.
A bunch of excuses. So because of her poor decisions on the guys she chooses to be with, which caused her to have a traumatic experience, the nice guy has zero chance of even dating this broken woman. I would say that's a good thing. A nice guy doesn't need to clean up their mess. But honestly, being nice in today's time gets you nothing but used and taken advantage of for your good heart.
Okay, how to get a man to approach you. Number one, be put together wherever you go. Look your best. If you leave the house with the intention of meeting a man anywhere you go, you're going to be so much more approachable and so much more receptive, and you really never know who you may come across or who you're going to meet. All right. So that is a good strategy. The second thing is slow down. Okay. A man is not going to approach you if you look like you're rushed, you're stressed out, you're anxious, you're running to get somewhere from point A to point B, or you're just having a bad day. Slow down, relax, put the phone down for a few minutes, look around you, take in your surroundings. That's going to make you so much more attractive, so much more approachable. All right. The third thing is smile. Let's say that you're at an event of some sort, a social gathering, and you see a cute guy. Look over at him and smile with your mouth and with your eyes, like a big full smile, okay? It's totally okay. You don't need to stare at him, and just give him a smile and then look away and touch your hair, okay? Try it.
Rising up, back on the street. Did my dive, took my chances. Went the distance, now I'm back on my feet. Just a man and his will.
Stop! What is the main challenge of dating Australian women nowadays?
Definitely women are hyper masculine, you know, they're very independent, they're in control, they want to control everything. And I think what we kind of miss with men is that it takes a lot of courage and a lot of bravery to actually go up to a woman and ask her to go on a date, you know? And there's that fear of rejection, and no one wants to get rejected, but these guys are out there, they're taking a hit, and they're coming up to these women that aren't feminine, they're not playful, they're defensive, they're aggressive, and then the women are complaining about, you know, well, why don't men approach me? And it's like, well, that's why.
You want to start meeting men in real life and not just on the dating apps, because you can, and I'm going to show you how. Now, if you're a woman like most of my clients who likes to be pursued, who likes to be approached, not because you're not confident and you can't just go up to a guy, but because you just don't want to. That doesn't feel good to you when it comes to dating world. You'll love it when a man steps forward and makes the first move.
Unfortunately, if these women really want a man in their lives, they will have to start making the first move, simply because most men today will not take the risk of approaching a woman. The reason why they don't want to is because they love the thrill of being chased. If they're the ones that's approaching a man, they will not get to experience what it feels like to be pursued. They would rather never see you again than to approach you.
3 ways to getting men to approach you in person, even if you're shy and introverted. Okay, step 1, it sounds obvious, but you actually have to leave the house. So go to a popular coffee shop, take your laptop, and sit there for a couple hours. Step 2, look approachable. And I know you're like, how do I do that? Ditch the headphones and smile, it's that easy. And step 3, put on an outfit you feel confident in, or do your hair and makeup. That way when someone approaches you, you feel comfortable in your own skin. Follow for more, and good luck.
As successful women, it's not uncommon that you'll find yourself alone. Many people are intimidated by your success in friendships and relationships. Let's be real. A lot of us are still single by the age of 30, and it's nothing wrong with that. The top is desolate because not everyone's made for it. You're a queen, and everyone doesn't deserve access to you. You're going to run across a lot of people who'll make you feel pressured to lower your standards just for the sake of having a man. But that's where you have to master the art of being alone and not lonely. We are constantly being fed this idea that we need others around us in order to be happy. That's simply not true. You're absolutely good enough all by yourself. Let's spend time dating ourselves, meditating, self-reflective journaling, setting and accomplishing goals, doing self-care activities. The happiness we seek is within us, and it's important that we continue working on ourselves in order to become what we want to attract.
You can hear the arrogance. You know why she's single talking like that. And successful women over the age of 30 can't date because they're looking for the perfect man. They fail to realize that the man they're looking for only lives in their imagination. There's no such thing as perfect. For them to be able to date a man, that man has to check every checklist they have created. Some of these women hit 50 years of age and still searching for the perfect man. The best part is when they come on social media screaming, "Where did all the good men go?" Not realizing that they have already discarded them. Not realizing they have already become the man they want.
Okay, this tip is going to change your life. If you want to be more approachable, you have to be softer in your feminine energy. Feminine energy is receptive, it's open, and it's being energy. Feel the softening within your body when you're walking down the street, when you enter a room. Smile and exhale.
Nice guys or bad boys?
Fuck you. Bad boys.
Why?
So, I don't know.
You like when they just reel back and like slap you in the face?
I love being smacked in the face.
What don't you like about nice guys?
It's not that I don't like them. It's that
you don't like them.
any girl that's answering that she likes bad boys, but like can't give you a valid reason for it, we just have problems.
So you're just mentally ill.
That's it, yeah.
I'm going to hell.
We're all together, that's it.
You're Jewish too?
She is not 30 yet.